All right, hey, so we're playing some Magic Realm, and we are starting our second. This is the second tournament. So if you've seen the games 1 through 7 or any of those videos, that was the first tournament. Uh, Decided that's a fun sort of. We're gonna do it again. Game 8 was so. It's because I wanted to play a game of Magic Realm. So I got my card. If I'm looking away from the camera, I'm sorry. I got my cards over here. Um, so we're gonna do the same format as before. Different pairings, different matchups, of course. You see our first bracket here. It's two knights, a wight, and a dwarf. So we got the white knight and black knight. These are random draws. We got the witch king and dwarf. And you can see down below the quests that everybody has. Give me a second here. I'm going to draw some random events before we get started. So everybody has quests: explore crag, secret high pass, locate vault, pub crawl. So I'll cover all these in a minute. Let me get these events out the door. So I have a porter. Excuse me, in a porter in a random dwelling. Goblin horde. Ugh. It's a goblin horde up here in my little cheat sheet here. Random hex, stack of 5 axe and 1. 5 axe and 1 sword, and then the fairy ring, which lasts a week. So we'll put this ring gone token right there, just to make sure we remember. So let's put the porter on a dwelling first. Excuse me. Chapel. Porter's in the chapel. You hire the porter, he'll carry stuff for you. I think he's essentially a heavy carry chit. Lasts the whole game, so I did buff at some point. And the fairy ring is in the deep woods. Deep woods. Where's the fairy ring? Deep woods. Clearing 6. There you go. And then a goblin horde. So let's make the stack. That's one thing I do love about tabletop sim. Makes this sort of nice and easy as opposed to, at home I have to grab a second game, essentially. All right, random hex. So we always put them in. All these random hexes are at 6. 2, 3, cavern 3. Cavern 3. Well, it looks like you boys are going here. So now let me write down. So we have the fairy ring. And we have a goblin horde. So the fairy ring has a number of ways to take care of it. Most of them involve enchanting, but that's not the only thing you can do. You can also destroy the ring guardian. You can destroy the ring guardian. To break it, you can defile it. You can enchant it. You can just step through it to get a teleport. The porter is just a hire, so it's not. It's $8. He carries heavy items, up to heavy items for you, which is good. The goblin horde is anyone who kills one of these dudes gets a point. Anyone, you can just kill one if you want. The guy who kills the sword goblin is going to get a trophy in addition of some sort. So that's it. Let's talk super quick about our guys here before we get started. So we got the white knight. The white knight has explore the crag, locate the vault, and secret of the high pass. So the one change I have made or am experimenting with is that if you do one of these explore ones, because they often are super tough on your time, you can choose to take the normal reward or 2 VP. Normal reward for the Crags is 1 VP, 10 gold, and you learn all the passages on both sides of the crag. So it depends on what are you going to do with that 10 gold, pretty much, right? That's sort of the question. So he kept those because he's close-ish to all of that, and with the possibility of getting 2 VP for exploring the crag, maybe the White Knight goes for it. Normally, I would toss that back because 1 VP, that's a lot of days. That's at least 6 days of your time just to get this going. But for 2 VP, maybe you do it. The Black Knight has pub crawl, which we're likely going to burn. You get a nice treasure for it, but it's such a sprawl. The board's just not real well laid out for that. Literally the 4 dwellings, the 4 garrisons are scattered across the corners of the world, so I don't think it's worth it. He's going to dump that. He has Locksmith, which is a random clearing in the high pass, which he's going to roll right now. 2. Do we actually have the Locksmith made? We do not have a Locksmith. That's not clever. I only did the events. That wasn't really need to get my crap together there. In the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to let's just use just use Peace Pack again. What pawns do we have? We'll just use the pawns. That's an easy one. So we'll take a blue pawn, a black pawn, an orange, a yellow. We'll put them up here around the dice, just in case we need them. So we're going to take a black pawn for the Black Knight and put the Locksmith on a random high pass, which I have no idea what I just rolled. Did I roll? We'll make this pawn bigger. So he's there. Let me roll. I totally forgot. So this is an old man moment, if you don't know. So I mean, I would look at that die and go, well, maybe I rolled a 2. Oh God, I'm doomed. Anyway, let's roll that bad boy. 3. So high pass 3. So I'm going to put down. I'll be honest, I don't like that. That is hard to see. That might not be the way to do this. So I'm going to put Locksmith for the Black Knight, and he is going to be, and let's object, I'll have to make one of those, Locksmith. I need to note that that's a thing. Let's just get an object. Go with a Peace Pack. Let's go with the crowns. Go with the crown, and we'll get the rest of these too, because these are often useful. I don't use them much anymore. If you see the early videos, I use them all the goddamn time. But there you go. There's our Locksmith. We'll just put these here. These pawns, we're just going to delete those. So what we'll do is we'll put, go old school with this. We'll go green, crown. Done. So there you go. So the Locksmith is just for the Black Knight. He's a green crown. That is a terrible location for him, though. So that's another thing that he has to think, that the Knight has to think about. You're effectively locating him as though he were a treasure. And the way that this map is, this is a long trek for the Black Knight. I picked this. I did accept this map because all of the valleys led to a nice spot. But the map is very spread out. So he might turn that in with Pup Crawl and have a whole new hand here in a minute. So I think that's sort of where he's at. The Witch King has explored the Borderlands, so he's chosen to start here at the inn, which I usually don't. I started the ghosts to be away from everybody. But we started at the inn because we could hit this. Because again, it's potentially worth 2 BP. That is not bad. We also have Troll Slayer and we have Snake Charmer. So let's look at the Witch King real quick. So you'll see I took Fiery Blast, Absorb Essence, Broomstick, and Drain Life. And I think that's a little bit of a... So the bad thing is there's a lot of black here. A lot of black magic. And that's rough because we're going to need that black magic. But the thought was often I take Absorb Essence and then a little gun shy with it. Or I take Absorb Essence and Dissolve Spell. So I have, 2 purples, 2 blacks. Because that Broomstick is very, very good. And then what I do is I go, well, I can absorb, and then I can dissolve it. I can absorb and dissolve. And the answer is, well, you're still very reluctant to do that because, when you dissolve, that monster appears anyway. It's not like that monster goes away. It appears in the clearing that you dissolve in. So you have to deal with at least something there. You've now burned 2 spells, 4 chits, just to move a monster out of the way. And so my thought was, well, this is going to put a little more pressure on the black chits, because I only have 4 of them. Let me flip these, by the way. Because I only got 4 of them. We don't flip this. Fiery Blast is going to be used, obviously, to nuke stuff if we need to nuke little stuff. So we got that. Absorb Essence, if we find, we're looking for the Tremendous Troll or the Tremendous Flying Dragon is even better. Those 2 monsters appear. We're going to have a Broomstick chit all day, every day, all the time. We want 1 L1 chit in our packet here. But I picked this and I thought, well, first off, the spell can be very overpowered because it's an instant kill on a Tremendous if you can hit it. A lot of Tremendouses are very hittable. I have a 2-time chit here. In addition, you can always alert if you're ready to go, if you know what's coming. So I thought, well, this might be a really good... Actually, while I'm here, I'm sorry, I apologize. Let me get my webcam. And Matt, I know you want to see more of my glorious face. There we go. It's not really that much. But anyway, so I figured, well, Drain Life, I have a time 2 chit. If I alert it, it's a time 0 chit. It's an insta-kill if it hits. And then you get just to make this even better of a spell. So I thought, well, now what this gives me is I don't have to continuously second guess myself on, do I want to use Absorb to say, get that Tremendous Troll out of the way? I can just go, I'm going to kill it. What that does for the Witch King in this case, Troll Slayer now becomes a thing. I go, maybe I should just do this. I can pick Troll Slayer, I sneak up on a troll, nuke it with Drain Life. There's a VP. And so I think a good way to, kill a monster for kill it is a good gig. So I picked Drain Life, and I think we're gonna have a problem here because you only get 4 of these black chits, and these 4 type 6 chits are wasted under this scheme. Don't get me wrong, we could drop Absorb and pick something. But man, if you can get like that Tremendous Dragon who flies around, so I don't know, man. This could be a shit show, and maybe I should pick something else. The other one I was thinking was, Ass Demon, strangely enough. So obviously Transform is like, I don't know what other type 6 I would take. I'd have to look and see. Let's take a quick look. What type 6 spell would I pick in place of, say, an Absorb? Unleash Power does have a little bit of value for the Witch King in the sense that he can carry shit for a day. I'll be honest, there's not a lot of other things I would necessarily... Transform, but Transform, when you have access to Drain Life, I think Transform is vaguely pointless. Meld into Mist, we're using essentially... that is one thing you could do, right? you could change Broomstick and go, well, I don't need an escape. I don't need to put that pressure on my black chits to escape. I could meld into mist, putting pressure on my purple chits to escape. You would tie up a type 6, thus you're only wasting 3 type 6 chits, effectively. I suppose the question there is, Broomstick has an additional utility, but so does Melt into Mist. Melt into Mist lets you use passive passages, which is useful because Magic Sight is total crap on passive passages. So Broomstick lets us fly, and in fact, as soon as something good pops with Absorb Essence, I want to fly in there and go grab it. So Broomstick does have a little bit of an extra punch for me, but I think I'm going to leave it like this, and we'll just see how it goes. Pretty much, I'm not going to, second, third guess. So let's stick with this. In the meantime, Witch King's initial object is to get this Borderlands taken care of. Hopefully, there's a troll in here, and we can kill it, or a Slither, and we can get a. The Dwarf has Windfall, so he's going to spend a day just hanging with his homies here in the guard. Troll Slayer, again, that's a pretty good pop for the Dwarf. And then Black Source, he drew, tossed something away, got Black Source. He's going to immediately toss that. In fact, I will do it now only because if I forget, I'm going to feel bad. He has Deep Dive or Loot from the Pool. So we'll say first day he does this. He gets Deep Dive. Not the best for the Dwarf. It's not the best for anyone. Because the Octopus scares almost every character in this game. Except for the Witch King. The Witch King is like, bring it on. Octopus, I just need to be alerted and that thing is dead. So let's get day 1 ready. I think the White Knight will go for the Fairy Ring first and try to close it, I think. I don't know what is our Gate Guardian here for the Fairy Ring. Our Gate Guardian for the Fairy Ring is a medium heavy 4/3. So the problem with I will say the problem with that is that you're never going to auto hit it. So that sort of sucks. Maybe he doesn't deal with a Fairy Ring. Explore Crags is close-ish. Secret of High Pass is a ways away, and locate the vault. Well, we might drop Secret of High Pass. So we're going to go first day. We're going to do our trade here just because. So we are going to trade to get the Morning Star. Morning Star is a good first play for the White Knight almost all the time. And so we're just going to do that. That's an easy plan. For the Black Knight, Locksmith looks shitty all of a sudden, and Pub Crawl looks shitty. And since we want to end our day here, we are going to hide, trade once, 2 higher phases, and then end our day, and we're going to collect our Windfall and trade cards. Trade quests. And with White Knight, we'll even put... Oops, just went off the side of the board there, people. White Knight, we might put trade quests. So you do get 1 redraw, but whatever you take on that first redraw, you have to stick with. So that's sort of where we're at for some of these characters. I think the Witch King immediately moves out of dodge. So I do think that he hides. And then moves maybe to Borderlands 2. I mean, or actually, let's play it a little tighter than that, right? Let's make sure we get this spell off. So we're going to hide 3 times and move to the woods 4. So we're going to hide, hide, hide. We're going to move into the woods, nearby woods 4. We're going to cast Broomstick. Done. That's sort of our plan. And for the Dwarf, he wants to stay all day there as well to turn in Windfall. So I do think he will hide. He will trade. Hide twice, trade twice, turn in Windfall. So there you go. That's an easy first day for our team here. Let's copy a die. And oops, paste it. And roll it for day 1. 3s. We got ogres, wolves, goblins, octopi. Who can take care of this goblin horde? I mean, the White Knight, but oof, that's not a great fight for him, if I'm to be honest. So we got, there we go. We got Dwarf, Black Knight, White Knight, Witch King. So the Dwarf is first. Dwarf hides twice. So he is hidden today. Dwarf's going to trade with the guard. Let's take a quick look. Lost Castle, not bad. This isn't bad either as a rule. Fight T5 with no asterisks for the gloves is pretty good. Let's roll for Map of the Lost Castle, just in case. And these guys are friendly. Price times 4, that's 12 bucks. Nah, we're good. Let's try one more time just in case something happens. 3 price times 2. I'm going to pay 6 bucks for that. I don't think I'm paying 6 bucks for that. So I'm just going to sit on that 10 bucks. And that's our day. Does anyone appear at the guardhouse? In chapel, guardhouse. So first thing that happens is the patrol shows up at the guard with the dwarf. Guard dwarf right there. Boom. And we will have to roll at the end of our day, I think, because I think patrol are neutral with our guy. Yes. Tim, Black Knight. So the Black Knight is hiding, trading, and hiring 2 times. So let's hide first. I lost my dice. Did I delete the dice? I must have deleted dice. Huh. Well, there you go. How did I do that? Again, old man moment. No worries. All right, there's my dice. Black Knight is going to hide. He succeeds in hiding, so we'll flip him. Just like that. Oh, yeah, okay. So Black Knight is hidden. Black Knight is going to trade with the rogues, so let's trade, and then we hire 2 times. Where's the rogues? Rogues are there. Oh, don't flip them. Take these. We'll take these 2 cards. Flip them. Good book. Spells. And gripping dust. Weapon stays alerted at all times, even hit. We're going to... I mean, I know that only he knows, but we're going to roll on that. 3 bucks. Now, we only roll 1 die on meeting tables, but we are neutral with the rogues. Like, we don't love the rogues. But only 1 die, 3, price times 4. Good enough, don't care. I mean, I do, but that's great for the mace, by the way. It makes a lot of fights that would be dicey if one with 2 creatures, easy. We're going to hire. We have 2 rogues up top to hire. They're both cost $1. 1. Opportunity. Roll it. 3. Price times 2. So we will take a Rogue 1 for $2. Or 7, I should say. Rogue 7 for $2. We'll minus 2 there. And then next guy, Rogue 6. 2. Price times 3. We'll take him for $3. So minus 5 total. Add 14. Rogue 6, 7. Done. And let me get these 2 rogues, and we're going to hire these guys. So we got 2 lackeys for the Black Knight. Super useful for him to have a couple lackeys. And he is done, and no one appears. Patrol's already showed up, so done there. White Knight trading for the Morning Star. He is friendly. We use the Knight's Adjustment. 6, no deal. Trying to get times 2. We might subtract 1 though. I rolled a 2. Price times 2, I should say. That is $16. So we get the Morning Star for $16. We're going to trade the Greatsword in. So that means we're going to pay $6. Just put that here, minus 6. And we will trade the Morning Star in. And there you go. That's what he wants to do every time to start. Because of that alerted side, it's a time 3. That's a huge deal for the Knight, who often has trouble otherwise. And now our Witch King, he's going to hide 3 times, move into the woods. So, fail. To fail. That is a success. Move into the woods, flip this guy. It is the large campfire. Well, there you go. And it's right there. And no one shows up because they've already shown up. So, but good to know where it is. And that's the end of the day. Let's check some of our folks here. If you're hidden, I don't roll. Typically. So, because they can block you all day. No one cares. So everybody's hidden in a dwelling. We don't have to roll. We're good to go. Which king wants to cast Broomstick? Fatigue. And fatigue that. Take the Broomstick chit. Flip it over. We now have a fly 1 ready to roll. I think that's it for the evening. Who wants to turn? Oh, Windfall. So the Black Knight turns in Windfall for $5. End of his day at a dwelling. So burn $5, got $5 back. He ends up with $10. Done. There you go. So that's pretty easy. Does he want to trade any quests? Yeah, I think he's going to trade both Locksmith and Pub Crawler in. Because I just don't think Locksmith is super viable for him. He's not going to take all the way down there to do that. So he's turning both of them in. He's going to get 3 cards for the day. So we just erase his whole day. So that goes away. We don't need that. That can go away. We're drawing 3 cards. He gets Envoy, which is trade with his buddies. Explore the caves. And Envoy. He cannot get a second. He discards it. Draws another. Wolf Tamer. Find the wolves. So let's see. Envoy. Explore caves. Wolf Tamer. Okay, where he ends up. The knight. Did he want to trade quests? Does he want to do Secret of the High Pass? I think he's going to turn that in, maybe. He's going to burn it. It's not a one, it's just a gold magic source. Well, that's useless, but that's okay. So we'll burn that. Cash in the Lost City. He needs to find the Lost City. So that's done. Who else wanted to trade? Well, the dwarf gets a windfall, so let's go down to the dwarf. So dwarf turns in windfall also. And I don't think he wants to turn anything in. I think he just wants to sudden insight. That is what? Find a site. There you go. So he gets a free locate. That's pretty impressive. So that's always good. Super useful. Allows you to make some big moves. So okay, so there you go. So the dwarf's got some gold. I think we're ready to move on to day 2. I think with the Morningstar, the knight is going to go try to kill that ring guardian. I think that's an easy. It's not easy. But I do think it's certainly doable. So that'll be our first goal here. So 1, 2, 3. We could hide and go 3 in. That's what we're doing. Excuse me, sorry. Black Knight. Got our 2 rogues assigned to us in the morning. What are we doing? Well, the caves are down here. We can get there. Envoy is a little rough. We have to wait for the company to show up. Excuse me. Goodness, I really apologize for that. All of a sudden, my throat is super tight. Which I'm like, ooh, I should make some tea and swap out of this coffee because it's not help. The coffee doesn't help at this stage. I'm either going to move into the Borderlands or this wood. So let's move into the Borderlands. 1, 2, 3. Let's hide once. Let's just see what we got in the Borderlands. So we're going to hide once. We're going to move 3 times. We're going to end up in BL2. And done. Witch King has a broomstick, so he can a little bit of impunity. We are going to hide once, but then we want to end up in Borderlands 3. We're going to hide once, move, and move in Borderlands 3, and we should have BL 2 and 3 then covered. Because remember, we have to explore the Borderland, or at least that's one of the things we can do. So that's it for him. And now we have the dwarf, and I truly think the dwarf needs to just get his butt to a cave, pretty much. So 1, 2, you can only do 2 moves. Let's say we hide twice, move into the ruins. Hide, move into the ruins. Done. And that's it. That's our day 2. Let's move the marker. Let's make a monster roll. 6 bats. And this is our order. And all right. We're going to hide. Oops, he's not there. He's here. Let's hide twice. He fails. We're going to end up there, though. Oh, he fails again. So he fails 2 times, and we are naked in the ruins. Unfortunately, ruins is cave, bats, or mountains. I think we're okay. So there you go. That's it. He's done. White Knight hides once, moves himself into the depths of the deep wood, right on that fairy ring. So let's see how this is going to go for him. So we got Stink and Howl 5. I think Howl might bring some badness, but in 5. Yep, Howl brings that guy. So in 5, so we don't have to worry about it this day. So we can deal with that Ring Guardian tonight. So the White Knight does indeed indicate his, right? He's gonna break. He's going to destroy the ring. So there you go. You can just exercise or defeat the Ring Guardian and then wound at least 2 asterisks. So he is going to break the ring. The Ring Guardian comes out to face him, and he has to fight tonight. Witch King. I think we hide once and then go 3 up into the... Oh, we fail. 1, 2, 3. Smoke dragons and roll 4. And we are done. And then the Black Knight. 1, 2, 3. He's going to hide once. He ends up there. We already know nothing's going to come. And nothing comes, but we're hit. We have a 4-3. Is this effectively a serpent? No. He's just because he's a 4-3. On the other side, too. Do I have a creature which... Largely, I'm like, do I have a creature or do I need to make one at some point? I probably need to make one at some point. Well, that stinks. I should prepare better. So here's a medium 4-3. He becomes a 4-4. We're just gonna have to live with it. We have... Oh, wait. We didn't make anything, did we? Because that would be clever, and I don't think I'm that clever. Okay. Well, what we're going to do is we'll just have to wing it a little bit, and we know what the stats are. It's 4-3 on either side, so it is easy-ish. So we will Serpent up. And what we'll do is what we have done in the past. Well, we'll just grab a Serpent for now as a placeholder. So let's do this. Sorry about that. So we go in. We're gonna win the thing. We start unhidden, unfortunately, because we're breaking the ring. We want to not be hit if we can manage. I'm going to put this there. We don't have to play anything super crazy, so we'll just place that. And so if he lines up, he's going to hit us, but we'll get him first because of our time here. If he doesn't line up, we're good. We're not going to. So let's see where he goes. The Ring Guardian comes at us. 4. He lines up perfectly. He flips. So he's now a heavy 4-3. But our weapon goes first because it is longer than his 0. And it's going to do heavy damage and kill this Ring Guardian. So not actually bad. And we have to then fatigue a move, which we will. So fatigue. And now we have to wound 2 to complete the breaking of the ring. And what we'll do is we'll do this move H6 because that's an easy. And we'll do the fight H5. But having done that, we have broken the ring. 1 VP ring is destroyed. It's not a huge deal, but we do break it. Ring is destroyed. We can take this off. So that doesn't matter anymore. Nor does this, and no one else can benefit from it. Like, so the Witch King can't go in and break it, destroy it. No one can step through it. We have effectively ensured that only we are getting that point. But I think that's it. I don't think there's any more fights tonight or anything else to check. So discard that. That was good on the White Knight to have done that. So, okay, next day, what are we doing? So what's the knight doing now? He can fight 1 bat. It's just oof. Like it's A, multiple bats gets dicey, and B, this thing is a wound machine for the knight. I say we head up and out the 1, 2, 3 up into the cliff. So we're going to hide. We're going to move into the cliff. And we do get an extra rest phase. So we're going to start spending those extra rest phases. Done. So that's the knight today. The other knight has no specific love of the borderland. He could use to find some wolves. He could use to explore the cave. Cave's way up here. No, the cave's way down here. I don't like any of that. Or you have to get through the borderland and you know that this is sort of a dead tile. I don't like that either. Anyone else he likes? Soldiers and the company. So Envoy's pretty bad for him ultimately. Geez, he should turn all those in again. Having said that, he's going to go to Lindenwood's 5 first, just to see if he can't scurry up some wolves. Hide, move L, W, 5. Done. All right, Witch King. Now this is where Meldon to Mist would have been more useful for him than what he has, because this passage is going to be a pain in the butt for him. if he needs to find it. So we're going to move to the Borderlands. Move and move BL1, so that gives him BL6 and 1. So that's 4 tiles, 4 clearings he's going to get. He'll use Broomstick to flee if he needs to. He's done. Finally, the Dwarf. Well, I say we hide twice into the Nutwoods. Done. That's it. Day 3. Let's move day 3 along here. Get a monster roll up. Close my eyes. 4 trolls. I like trolls. Oops, not search. Let's just shuffle. All right, now let's draw them out. Witch King first. So the Witch King is going to go bam, bam. He's like, nope, don't care. And he's going to draw some crap because now we got trolls up. So the Witch King's easy. But his rushed movement does draw the ire of 2 heavy troll. Certainly doable. 2 isn't as good. 2's not. It's not ideal for our Witch King. 2, since Drain Life is only going to kill 1 at a time. But the Black Knight is, he's heading back in. He's going 1, 2. So he's going to actually hide 2 times. He does. And he goes there and flips that. Bones. Bones would be ogres. Ruins is the wolf. So now he knows what's done. He is done. The White Knight is going to move his way up. Right there. Smoke. Lost Castle. Lost Castle's in 1. And Smoke. Lost Castle. Let's see what the heck's in the Lost Castle. Roar 6. That's going to draw something, maybe. Horde in 6. Ooh, spiffy. Patter 5. Flutter 1. And Statue in 2. So, Roar 6 looks to be the one we need to focus on. Roar in the Mountains is a giant. Done. Why'd we do the White Knight? I have no idea. So, there you go. You cheated. All right. And he hides twice and ends up here. So let's roll his hides. He fails once. Does he fail twice? He does not fail 2 times. Do we get... What happens here? Dank serpents. Okay. I think that's it for our day. Okay. I definitely think the White Knight has an easy call here. I think you hide twice and you move into where the giant is. Hide, move to the giant, which is, I think, 6. Oh, and rest. Oh, he didn't do his rest phase. So let's do the rest. The rest phase will pull that back in. That's easy. So that's day 4 is going to be the same thing for him. When he's going to fight a giant. The Black Knight. Well, Black Knight. He can kill one of those guys outright as long as he's hidden. The second guy he's got to deal with, so that's clunky. And the only problem is all of his moves. This is the move he has to use, so it does become a little bit of a hassle. Keep that second guy off his back. Well, that's not true. He's got two guys, so he can. If he wants, he could take these guys on for the 15 points they would give him. It's those two rogues. Does he want to do that? Is that worth it? I mean, it's probably good to do. Although also trading in your crap cards might be good to do. I say the Black Knight hides once and moves into the trolls. And let's see how that goes. Okay. We got him. We got him. Witch King time. So the Witch King needs... So these are the two spaces he's looking at. He has 5 and 4 to deal with. And he doesn't want to go in here. He's not going to just charge in there. That does him no good. This is where it gets a little crappy. Does he have? He's Troll Slayer. He does have Troll Strength. Enough. He has Troll Slayer. So I mean, that is sort of non-trivial for him. Killing either one of those would actually give him points. But if you go in unhidden, can't go in unhidden because you can't. He doesn't know the Black Knight technically is going in, right? So I mean, that would change it. If he makes an agreement with the Black Knights player, then maybe that's a totally different fight. He can just try to kill steal effectively. But I don't necessarily know that they would cooperate at that point. So let's pretend they're not. In which case, it's a little dicier because you can't hide and go in there. But you ultimately do need that clear. And you need 5. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to... We're going to move into the crack. We are going to rest to get one of the magics back. That's 3 phases. We are going to use our extra spell X, and we're going to use the spell phase to pop that guy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, done, and we'll get a black magic lined up and ready to go, and we'll pop this and see what's in there, with the ability to flee at any time. So that's him. The dwarf looking to get into the cave. So the dwarf is going to move into the caves and then hide. So move, cave, and then extra phase, hide, done. So that is day 4. Written. Witch King is first. So he runs naked into the crag. And then he does rest. This guy, flip it. Done. Oh, we need a monster roll too, right? Yep, we do. So let's roll it. 5 spiders. Well, there we go. Dank and Slither 3. Dank is going to bring a spider on top of our guy, so that's not ideal. We're going to have to deal with that. Okay. So we'll see how that goes tonight. Black Knight is going to hide. And we hope he does, because that's critical. No, he fails, and he walks right in there. Nothing else appears, but this was not quite what he wanted. That's not quite how he wanted that to go. There you go, done. Dwarf moves in. He's going to hide. He gets 1 die hide because he's the dwarf in the caves. And he fails because this looks like how we're rolling today. Dank and Vault 3. Ooh, big one. Nothing appears. And then the White Knight is going to hide 2 times. And he'll need it. And he gets it. And he walks in here. No. Statue and Patter. I think both of those pull. Patter. Statue. Not on to us, so that's great. That's day 4. Let's check them. Let's do the Witch King first. So the Witch King has to make a decision now whether he tries to shoot this guy or not. Flips over, T4, so I think he can do so. So the Witch King is going to cast. Is a 2 and a black. He's going to cast Drain Life. So fatigues. His time 2 should hit. And then it's a heavy creature. He should be able to rest 3. So that actually is a little bit of a coup there for him. So where does this guy go? 2. So he goes here. And if we don't kill him, he hits us and kills us instantly because that's how the Witch King rolls, effectively. He doesn't flip. So this time 2 will hit the spider and kill him and drain his life. And then, as per the spell, we get to rest 3 asterisks for the heavy, killing the heavy. 1, 2, 3. Which is why that spell is, pretty darn good, ultimately. And we get 3 points. So put that in the notoriety column. And this goes in the dead pile. So that drain is good because it does give us sort of a recourse that we otherwise wouldn't have. We would have had to broomstick out of there. You're not going to absorb the spider. Let's do the Black Knight now. Black Knight has a couple of henchmen, so we'll drag a couple sheets over. 1 for each henchman. Lock those down, done and done. Okay, so let's see what we got here for these henchmen. Oop. Largely comes down to, can we not get killed? Can we not, can we avoid being insta-killed by these guys? The answer is yes, we can. We cannot damage them in any way. So these will lure each one to their sheets. The only one I'm worried about is the second guy. Now, you don't necessarily have to lure them, but it's going to make the knight's life a lot easier because that allows him to play this to ready this, and then he can just toss that on to attack, and he's going to put that on this guy. No matter what happens, that guy is going to get killed. And we just largely have to not line up with him. And if we don't line up with him, we can do the same thing next round. We can do the same thing next round either ways. It's literally, do we lose the 2 notoriety or not? So let's see what we got here for the knight. Do we have... He doesn't have Troll Slayer. It's a damn witch king. So what's this guy do? This guy stays put. Not flips. No flip and done. What does this guy do? Oh, he also stays put, so we're losing a dude. Pretty much is what it comes down to. And doesn't flip. So we, before anything happens, this weapon kills this guy, done. Right? He auto hits 3, undercutting him, killing him. He is dead. Over here, he hits first, but does light damage and then is gutted. So he is dead. So we got, that's the dead pile. Our mace becomes unalerted. We don't fatigue. Next round, he's going to lure. We're going to do the same thing, ready the weapon there, and use that heavy. So this should be an auto kill. 2, so he flips down to here. Does he flip? He doesn't. He's fastest, hits for light damage. We are faster than the troll. We hit for heavy damage. Troll is dead. Our guy, this guy survives. This guy dies. So, not the worst. We get 15 notoriety, minus the 2 for our guy dying, so 13. These guys all fluff off to the Deadpool. And I mean, it's a little crappy because I like my, I liked having the 2 dudes, but because you can see with 2 dudes, the knight has to take no damage whatsoever, nothing, no risks to hitting anything. It's great. He just needed to not get that. The guy needed to not line up. White knight is hidden. This giant is sitting there. White knight is hidden. He will use this to ready this weapon. That to push it to tremendous damage. And this is an auto kill at this stage. So 6. So this goes down and these go up. Remember, he's not on our sheet, though. I don't actually care about this club right now. And then H3 smashes that guy. He's dead. 8 points for the knight. No fatigue for the knight this time. Oh, and we hit and we rested, so we should, so there you go. We took that down there. So 8 points, I got to remember to do the rest. When I record a rest, you should probably do the damn rest, huh? So a lot of guys clearing out some monsters there. We had 3 quick fights clearing monsters. And that's day 4. I don't think anybody gets anything for that specifically. I don't think anyone matched up with a card. So, so be it. Excuse me. That's gross. God. Okay. I think the White Knight searches the Horde, actually. We're going to hide once, search 3 times, hopefully finding the Horde. We don't have to find the Horde, but we darn well use to find the Horde. The Black Knight has to figure out where's he trying to get to. God, that Borderlands sort of gums him up, doesn't it? Sort of the crappy part is you're now gummed up a little bit. Finding that wouldn't be bad. Finding this passage would not be bad. It would be good. Great, actually. Having said that, he can get out, get to the woods, end his day at the large campfire, but that's 2 days of putzing, and that does not make me super happy. Can he move forward and find a dwelling? No, because the dwellings are all over the place. So this map is terrible for him right now. I think I'm going to back out. We're going to back out to the Pine Woods. So we're going to move and move to the Pine Woods. We're done. 3. So strangely enough, nothing here. I think we're going to move and move to Borderlands 6 to try to get these last 2 clearings done. And the dwarf would love to find the vault. So what we're going to do for the dwarf is we're going to now we're going to awe for the dwarf. No, what can appear on the dwarf right now? Dank. The serpents would suck. I actually don't want to be jumped by serpents, so we will hide once. So extra hide, search, and search. Try to find that. Search. Vault wouldn't be bad. In fact, you can find it instantly. And hopefully the troll shows up and we can kill it. So, good deal. All right. Day 5. Ooh, bats. Again, bats. Okay, well. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Black Knight gets out of dodge. He's done for now. The dwarf hides once. He fails. Searches 2 times. 1, 2, or 3. He finds the passage, so he can mark off 2, 3 caves. Bam, and he is done with his day. And I don't think anything shows up because no bats are going to show up in these caverns. So he is done. The White Knight hides. He does, so that's his first. He searches 3 times. So we're going to 4 or a 1, that's a fail. 1. 2 is a fail. 3rd time is not a charm. He fails, and he finds Flutter 1, drawing 2 bats to the tile. It's a little crappy that blocks his way back, actually. And bats, not good for the White Knight. That's a terrible fight for him. So be it. Okay. And then this guy goes 1, 2. He's just like, yep, I'm just coming back, and nothing appears. So I don't think anything's happening. I think we're good. That was a quick day. Day 6 will be our next day. And like I said, this is less than ideal right here. 2 bats. 1 bat, not so bad. 2 bats suck. And ultimately, you don't want to be cut off from your place here. So you know, going this way, I suppose you go all the way around. That's like quite the long haul, though, to get there. But I think that he is similarly hiding and 3 searching. You do got to watch when you go off script, when you decide, oh, I'm not going to do my quest, I'm going to try to find some treasure. That's good. Just make sure you don't waste a whole week or something, which happens all the time, of course. So do we have anything? So the Black Knight, I think, is going to move to the campfire. think he's going to hide 3 times. He's going to turn in all his quests and be done with that. Witch King. I mean, though I hate to do this, I think we're going to go 4 and 6. I hate to be making those cheesy moves, but we're going to move to 4 and then move to 6. That gets us BL4, so that's the 5th one. I don't think we're going to hide. I think we're going to use the L1 chit to ensure our escape. And our dwarf buddy is going to move to the vault. Move to the vault. I think he's going to hide, and then we'll extra search and hope to find the vault, and then we'll go from there. And that is it. So it is day 6. We get a monster roll for the day. Let's roll it. 4 giants trolls. That could be a good thing for the dwarf, I think, actually, if he plays his cards right. Oops. White knight is first. White knight is hiding. He does. He hides right there. Searches 3 times. He could use a 4. Nope, that's a 5. 1 search. 2 searches are fail. Give me the 4. The 1, it is a 6. It's a fail. And giants appear. So we got another giant tonight. Not a huge deal. We're hidden. It's an auto kill. He goes down and up. Sort of dumb. That's going to drag him into the board. So he pops this clearing to mark it as explored. The tremendous troll comes, and actually, that's it. This is not. I used to think this was the best absorb in the game. It's not. It's tremendous flying dragon is the best absorb in the game, 100%. And the reason is because you can fly, and you get the bitchiness T3 attack with the dragon head, and you get 2 attacks. So, because you have the body and the head. Now, the body's sort of sucky, but you can do it. And you get to fly for free. That is the ultimate capture. This is a darn good capture, defensive-wise. It's great. It just sucks offensively, is really all that because of this time 4. You're not hitting a lot of things you could otherwise hit. Is he going to grab him? I don't know, but he's probably going to slay him because he can and he needs to do so. So that's the Witch King. So that's for his tomorrow anyway. Dwarf moves in, hides, I believe, with his extra. He does flip, and he searches. He needs a 4 or a 1. And he fails and doesn't get it. But what comes is the vault. Tremendous troll sort of rolls on in there too. There we go. He is done. And the knight. Knight goes here, hides a bunch of times. These guys are going to show up, by the way. The Lancers, they show up at every campfire all the time. Let's roll those hides, see if the Black Knight actually has to deal with them. He does not have to deal with them if he doesn't want to. And I don't think he cares for them much. Lancers, he's unfriendly. Having said that, they usually don't fuck with him because he rolls a die. Anyway, all right. Let's get our combats. That's the movement portion of the day. Let's get our combats rolling. This one's going to play out exactly like the last one played out. I don't really need to play it out. I will just for, right? So we're hidden. We play this chit to flip this to its alerted side because we are hidden. We play this one to utilize it. Doesn't really matter what we roll now because we're going to hit 2. So he goes down there. Does the club flip? Doesn't. Or the club goes, but he's not on our sheet. This goes, auto hits that guy, and he is dead. We get 8 more points. And this is good because now we are in a little bit of a battle because we have a lot of fighters on the board. So that notoriety is going to be actually in contention. So that giant is an auto kill for the White Knight hidden with the Morning Star. What other fights do we have? Lancers, the White Knight. The Black Knight's not going to dink with the Lancers today. But the Dwarf does have a tremendous troll to deal with. Let's check it out. So, main problem the Dwarf has is the Dwarf cannot guarantee a hit on this guy. So we are hidden. So, not a problem. We're hidden. It doesn't matter if we alert this weapon or not. We're going to play this. And if we line up, we will kill him round 1. So let's see if he lines up. 4. He does. Perfect. That's exactly what we needed to do. It's at 33%. He doesn't flip, by the way. He's tremendous. So first pass, we line up. We do tremendous damage. We kill this guy. So that's pretty easy for the Dwarf. Otherwise, he'd have had to have ducked and then, again, lined up and relied on the time 4, this fast axe, and the weapon length to keep him alive. So he has killed the troll. Troll goes up here with his brethren. The Dwarf gets 8 notoriety, but more importantly, he scores 1 point for Troll Slayer. He has troll innards, and I think he gets to put a visitor out. Random, but he gets to put a visitor. Troll Slayer, visitor, dwelling of your choice. Well, that's good. Okay, so we're going to put a visitor at the dwelling of our choice. Do we care about any visitors? We actually like the Scholar, so we're going to pick the Scholar, and we'll put him close by. So the Scholar is going to go... Where the hell are we? Here. Might as well put him at the guardhouse. So the Scholar at the guardhouse, and we have troll innards to turn in. We can turn it into any visitor that we want. So I will just record troll guts to visitor for a potion, pretty much. So that's good. That's a point for the Dwarf. We do get to draw a card. We get Ancient Scrolls, which, okay. There you get to place another visitor if you want. Random. You don't have to complete it. You can just do it. We'll put the Shaman at a random dwelling just to get him on the board as well. 1, Chapel. So the Shaman goes to the chapel. He's dwelling there. And we have Ancient Scrolls. So if we want to, and we can find a treasure with magic on it, we can drag it back to either of the visitors, and they will give us a victory point for it. It's okay. It's not anything spectacular. Is there any other fight going on? Giant and the troll fight are done. I believe that's it. This is the White Knight's nemesis right here, the bats. Wah, wah. Okay, so what is everybody going to do? Well, as I said, don't last a week doing that, but I think we're going to be so let me retcon this a little bit. This is what happens when you run 4 characters. So I should have defatigued 2 more chits here. There you go. So he's done. I do think we're going to hide, and I do think we're going to search. And we'll write that extra rest just to make sure we remember it. Because we have not found the Horde yet, and we are done. The Black Knight, at the end of the day, gets to turn in all his pressure. So he's going to draw 3 new cards. Tiny Hut, place a visitor in the woods. Pilgrim, and Sudden Insight. Ooh, that's a rough draw. He likes the crone, so he's going to place the crone in the woods. So he will right now, actually, going to place the crone right in the woods. And he'll get another card effectively tomorrow. But he has Mountain Pilgrim, which is a phase in the mountain ledges and cliff. Mountain ledges. That's another terrible one, actually. So he has Sudden Insight to find a place. Mountain Pilgrim, which is not good for this board right now. And he burned the hut. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Okay. Witch King. Well, we got to figure out what the knight's going to do, right? The Lancers would be good kills for the Black Knight, except for the darn horses. The horses do mess him up somewhat, because it's effectively another hit point. And I think we're going to leave them alone. With the caveat that you could probably if you could take all the rogues, which you can hire a bunch of rogues, you might be able to cut the Lancers. Lancers are great on that first round, though, also, because of that long, long spear. Later rounds, not so good. But that first round, great. They got the horses. You got to cut through. There's 4 of them. It's like killing 8 things. So I think we're going to leave them alone. So the question is, the hell's he do? He's in a rough position here. I don't like where he's ended up. So what we're going to do is we are going to head back to, so we're going to move to the inn on day 7. And we're going to R6 is dead, by the way, so we can just erase this. But yeah, let's re-up our group there, right? We got some bucks back. We'll hire again. The heck. And I do remember, I think they had the oil, right? And a good book is pointless. Maybe the company appears. And then we can turn these in again because we're going to need to. So I feel bad for the Black Knight there. He's sort of in a little bit of a way, but oh well. It happens. And we got the last guy here. I mean, it's not the last guy, but the Witch King has to go, and I think he's going to try to kill that troll. So, does he have the chits ready to kill that troll? He actually does. That type 2 is going to hit that guy, so he doesn't need to do much else, really. He doesn't even need to hide, really. But he will hide, just in case we don't want to get another monster in there, and he'll move into the troll. So he is done. And now the dwarf. We have the vault to ourselves for a moment. I think we will. So the dwarf will hide, search, and search. I think I'm going to pop insight. I'm going to remind myself to get a loot at that vault. So because we have sudden insight, we can burn that card, get the loot. Okay, that's a good deal. Good. Let us shuffle. Let us roll this die and see. Oh, remember, it's day 7. Whatever comes up. That is a cocked die. Let's try that again. 2 serpents. Serpents and demons. Ew. Black Knight is first. Black Knight backs out. Hides once, which he does. And is going to hire some more rogues. I think. So, oh, wait. And who comes back? So, serpents, green. Is there any other green? I actually don't think so. So, we're going to hire this guy and maybe this other guy. So 1 and 2 are the next 2 on our list. So he costs $1. We're still neutral, but he only costs $1. So let's 5. No deal. We have one other higher phase. 5. No deal. Done. And no one appears, and we are done with our day. Dwarf hides. 1 die. He does hide. He searches, auto finds it with sudden insight. So let's mark off the vault for the dwarf. Vault. And the next search is going to be a loot. So vault's right there. There's 5 treasures in the vault. Let's loot this thing. 1, he pulls the top one. Oh, it's the toadstool circle. If recorded and done, same clearing. It is black source. So I'm going to put it just right here. And we have located the toadstool circle if we care to. What's in the toadstool circle? The Devil's Sword. A treasure card. Instantly teleport to any cave. Peer spell, power the pit. Now, oof. That is a nice weapon. And that is a nice weapon for the dwarf. And we roll a single die. Oh, that's intriguing. Okay, anyway. That's his day, though. And I think we do get Dank, right? So is Dank is in cave. So if we got a Dank cave, we are beset upon by double serpents. Ugh, that stinks a bit. Because the dwarf is not really down with the double serpent action. That is a rough fight for the dwarf. He'll have to think about that. But that devil sword, big deal. Okay. What are we doing? We're hiding as the Witch King. We do not, and we just walk right in there. And nothing else appears. So good to know. And the White Knight hides and searches, right? Yes, he hides and searches. Why? Why, you might ask? Well, because we are nothing if not masters of futility. So we do hide, so we are hidden. Let's roll our 3 searches. That's a fail. That's a 5. That is a fail. Oh, come on. That is also a fail. This is a passage, so we do find it. So that's cool, I suppose. We get layer, what is it? Cliff 6-3. So there's at least something to be said for that. But we don't find the damn horde. And nothing appears because there's no green triangles there. So we are done with the day. I think we have one specific fight to deal with. That's this one. So let's deal with it right now. So he is on our sheet. So to cast, we have to be able to play a magic faster than his sheet. There's black magic in every clearing on day 7, as well as white. So we can just play that there to cast Drain Life. And I don't think it's going to matter. I think it's going to hit. He doesn't flip because he's tremendous. I don't know why I roll that, just habit. So he hits. He kills him. He regens the 4 asterisks. He gets 8 points. He scores trolls. He's going to put a visitor down somewhere. But that is worth a point to him. He also gets Troll Guts. Troll Guts to Visitor. What Visitor? I don't think he cares. At this point, he can only put the Warlock down. Where would he put it down? He's going to put it down here as well. So he literally is going to put that there. But he's going to score Troll Slayer also. And he's almost ready to map the Borderlands. Is anyone else? Oh, yeah, the Dwarf has to decide. So this is interesting. Can never guarantee a hit. Never guarantee that hit. So round 1, you have a 33% chance of killing one of these guys. You kill him. If you don't, you got 2 of these dudes on you. They're likely going to hit you. You can never guarantee to turn him. He's just going to let these guys lay. I mean, if he has to fight him, that's going to be a thing. But being hidden and not being hidden is actually not any difference, strangely enough. So I don't think that's going to matter for our guy. So he lets those serpents sit. He doesn't have anything to do with serpents, not like the Witch King does. So let's see what our first week looks like here. Is everyone done? Oh, and the knight is going to. So he has take cover to hide automatically. He turns in Mountain Pilgrim, gets take cover, and he gets Gamble. Gamble with the rogues or the soldiers. Way better. So take cover, and then Gambler. Done. So that's good. He can actually spend that right now to get that tomorrow. The Witch King having Troll Slade gets the challenge. So we roll to see what native group is dinking with the Witch King. The Bashkar. So the top Bashkar and I suppose his force, are awaiting the Witch King at the chapel. Oh, and the fairy ring is gone. I'm sorry. Clean up my shit is what I'm saying, right? So the Bashkar. So let's write that on the Witch King sheet here. We got Bashkar, challenge at chapel. I'll even put it over here just so I remember. And the dwarf who has burned sudden insight gets a treasure cache in the lost castle. So he gets cash in the castle. But I do think that ends week 1, unless is there any other casting that needs done? I don't think so. The White Knight doesn't need make whole at this point. He needs some eyesight. Find the damn place, but he doesn't need. So let's check scores real quick. So the White Knight has a synced card, so we'll just go down the list. Cards first. White Knight gets 1. Black Knight has 0. Witch King has 1 turned in. Dwarf has 1. So I probably should also write down where they got it. I'll put score, Troll Slayer, for the Dwarf. So that's... Is that what he scored? Yeah, he did. So did the Witch King score Troll Slayer. And what the heck did the White Knight score? The White Knight scored the fairy ring way up here. Okay. So we got 3 folks have scored cards. Let's look at the prowess totals. So prowess, we have 16 to 13 to 11 to 8. 16 to 13 to 11 to 8. So it looks like 16 and 13 score. So the White Knight scores and the Black Knight scores. White Knight scores 2. Black Knight scores 1. So that's player 4 quests. Well, duh. Okay. Let's look at gold. Let's look at gold. Turn this off momentarily. White Knight can't score gold. He's underwater. Black Knight has no gold currently. The Witch King has 10, but none because he hasn't scored. It is the Dwarf who actually is scoring gold. So the Dwarf scores 2 for gold. Like that. And so let's total it up. So we got 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's what it looks like, right? So I think that's it for week 1. We do have to draw. Well, let's also draw them. We're here. Let's draw 3 more events from the deck, and we'll write those down before we sign off here so we can see what our situation is. That was a good first week. I think everyone got something done. I think Black is in the worst position. He's going to score Gambler on day 8, though, because he's just going to gamble. I hate giving up Sudden Insight and Take Cover. Those are great, 2 great cards. So I might You know, it's a good time to go treasure hunting, right? You got a card which lets you hide, a card which lets you find a site. We get the Lost Shaman, so the shaman's going to move. The Elven Pathfinder appears, and a wolf bounty. So if wolves appear, so let's write these down real quick on the board. So the first one is Lost Shaman. And then a wolf bounty. So let me write those two things on the board. The goblins will remain there. Where is the shaman? He is on the board. So now the shaman, who was put on the board by one of these guys. Let me make him. You know, should I make them almost as big as the chits a little bit because it's hard to see sometimes. So let's put the shaman at a random clearing. 1/6, Borderland 6. So the Lost Shaman is sitting right there. So that bodes pretty well actually for our guy, the Witch King, since he'll pick him up. The Elven Pathfinder picks a dwelling to sit in. 1. Elven Pathfinder in the chapel. Now that's not, he's just a hireling. Useful, but not super, you know, right? And then wolf bounty if you kill wolves. Yeah, you could go right here and then swoop down, drop them off the campfire, and you would score a quick point. That's a great point opportunity for the Witch King. All right, I think we're signing off. I think that's it. I think that was a good first week. Let's recap real quick what our scores are. 3-3 with the Dwarf and the White Knight, both scoring a category and a card. And then the Black Knight and Witch King just have a Black Knight is second place in prowess, so just a category, and the Witch King just has a card. So it was good though. It was pretty active. I don't know how many sites we found. We found the vault though, which is a huge one. We found the horde. We found the toadstool circle. This is super dangerous. But if you could pull the devil sword out of this, if you pull the devil sword out of this, that would be a big deal for the dwarf. Because it's essentially just, you know, on its crap side, the devil sword is as good as his axe is today. And on the alerted side, it's a ×3, which makes a lot of shit auto kill that wasn't before. He becomes he becomes more dangerous even than the White Knight with that Morning Star. We found the altar. So what we found 3 of 5, not 4 of 5. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So not terrible. 4 of 8, I should say. Okay, that's it. That's our day, our week. Thank you for tuning in. I think we'll continue this very shortly. We'll load this up and then continue this here in a minute. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.